Hey guys, my name is Steve from Trim That Weed, and today we're going to talk about how to grow tomatoes in your garden. This video will explore everything you'll need and provide a step-by-step process that will leave you with beautiful, healthy tomatoes. So make sure you stick around for that. Growing tomatoes in your garden. Tomatoes are very sensitive plants, but with the right planting procedure and care processes, you should be able to harvest succulent and healthy tomatoes. This fruit requires three basic elements to thrive, which are a support system, a lot of sunlight, and a nutrient-dense soil. The most important thing that you should pay attention to is the type of soil that you'll use to plant your seeds. Now, most people would settle for their garden soil, but that's not advisable because it doesn't contain enough nutrients to enable the tomato plant to thrive. So, you'll want to use the homemade or store-bought compost. Using compost to grow your tomatoes minimizes the use of fertilizers through most of the growing period. Once you've planted the seedlings and they've grown to 10 inches long, you'll notice that the plant is developing some branches at the bottom. So while these branches are indicative of a healthy plant, you'll want to do away with them because they act as connecting ladders for pests to climb to the top part of the tomato plant. What's more, by keeping the lower branches, as they grow, they might droop on the ground and pick up fungal disease, better known as the early blight. This fungal infection can eat up the whole tomato plant. The lower leaves will turn yellow with darker spots. These symptoms also present when you're overwatering the tomato plant. The fungal disease has the potential to kill the whole tomato plant, as it will easily but surely spread to other leaves. Not to worry though, because there are some natural remedies that you can use to stop the fungal infection from spreading. You can mix baking soda, vegetable oil, and some mild soap and water, and with a spray bottle, you'll spray the tomato plants. Transfer to a bigger pot. If you take a closer look at your small tomato plant, you'll notice that it has some hairs on the main stem, which can develop into roots if planted deep enough. Also, if you were growing your tomato plant from inside, it's not advisable to plant them outside before getting them used to the outside temperatures. So ideally, what you should do is get them used to the outside environment. Therefore, you will take them out for 1 hour on the first day, then 2 hours the second, and 3 on the third. Proceed by building upon an hour each day for 1 week. Transitioning your plants without acclimation might have the leaves turn yellow, or worse, they might die. Planting and spacing. As you prepare to plant your tomatoes, you'll dig holes that are at least 12 inches deep and about 18 to 24 inches apart. Notable is that tomato plant spacing generally depends on the variety of tomato that you're planting. In the holes, you can crush in some cleaned eggshells that would help boost calcium in the soil. Be sure to do this at the very beginning because the shells will need some time to decompose. Also, observe the spacing to prevent the development of fungal diseases and to enable air to flow through. Once your tomato fruit plant starts growing, keep an eye out for the suckers as they're known to suck out nutrients from the plant. Suckers usually grow at a 45-degree angle, and you must cut them off at the angle. But be sure to achieve a super clean cut because the opening might provide a route for diseases. Companion planting. Companion planting helps deter insects by producing repellent smells. The companion plants also enable your tomato fruit plant to enhance its taste. Some of the companion plants that you should invest in are basil, asparagus, chives, and the French marigolds. And garlic is also known to increase a plant's resistance to diseases and can also repel a huge variety of pests. Staking. Staking is the process of supporting your tomato plant, and there are several ways that you can go about this to ensure that you end up with a healthier plant. For this process, you'll invest in the bamboo sticks and then make your trellis. Using a string, you'll tie the 3 sticks to form a corn-like structure and then insert it around the tomato. You can also use a string for this process, but be sure to get 1 string per tomato and get an anchor that will be inserted in the soil. The string that you use will then be tied to an overhead bar, and as you connect it with your tomato plant, ensure that it's not too tight, or better yet, use the plastic plant clips. You can also use sticks. Insert them in the planting pot and use them to support the weak tomato stems. So there you have it. Tomatoes are pretty easy to grow in your garden. And the best thing is that you can grow any variety, which is pretty cool. Do you have any comments or questions? Make sure to drop them below and like this video. Till next time.